Hello and welcome. I am positive that all of you have heard of the Affordable Care Act, now known by many as Obamacare. Is there anyone out there that has not? Wave your hand. I thought so. However, having heard of it and understanding it may as well be two different worlds for most of us. What is it, and what can it do for you, your family, friends, and co-workers is the subject of what I will be speaking about today. And I will try to keep it interesting as we go through several areas of insurance by sharing some stories of actual circumstances without names or identification of insureds, of course, as we are certified under HIPAA and our industry must comply with requirements for security of both health information and financial information. Just what is the Affordable Care Act, now known as Obamacare? After trying numerous ways to describe this to everyone, our customers and clients, we discovered the best way is just to keep it simple. Isn't that always the case? Obamacare is group insurance for the individual. That's it. Obamacare is group insurance for the individual. Obamacare takes the individual health marketplace and adds features that have historically been part of the group insurance marketplace. Individual coverage, which historically was medically underwritten, had pre-existing conditions exclusions, and was eligible for application throughout the year, is now guaranteed issue, which means there are no health questions and everyone is accepted, with pre-existing conditions covered immediately on the effective date of coverage and are no longer excluded. And to enroll, you must do so during the annual open enrollment. You are not allowed to enroll during the year unless you have what is called a qualifying event, such as loss of other coverage that can be documented. So, everyone is accepted, pre-existing conditions are covered, everyone must enroll during a predefined open enrollment. The open enrollment is in the fall of each year for the following January 1st, which is known as the effective date of coverage, when coverage begins. This open enrollment period matches what the federal government has required for Medicare enrollment. However, one of our recommendations to everyone now is to avoid the enrollment chaos of what happened last fall and this spring. We are now encouraging everyone to consider pre-registration to avoid the dissatisfaction many enrollees experienced with the process this last year. For many, health insurance has become one of a handful of major expenses they must deal with every month. Anyone with limited income needs to find out if they may qualify for a subsidy in helping them pay for their coverage. Many will be able to have some assistance or may be eligible for Medi-Cal. Others may find that the income they earn is more than allowed for a subsidy. Regardless of the outcome, everyone needs to find out for their status. Even those that have taken some time to determine if they qualify for a subsidy and believe they will not would benefit from discussing their circumstances with a certified agent for Covered California, our state health exchange. During these last 6 months of helping people just like you, your family, friends, and co-workers, we have assisted everyone in their search for their best match in subsidy, premium, and benefits. It has been an interesting process. One individual found that even though they own 180 properties, because of their adjusted gross income amount, they were eligible for Medi-Cal coverage at a zero premium. Yes, a zero premium. Many others, both individuals and families, were surprised and pleased to find out that they might pay only $1 or $2 in monthly premiums. although others paid a more standard amount in premium with a partial subsidy. In each case, their circumstances made them eligible for the subsidy based upon their modified adjusted gross income, known as MAGI, which we will review in more detail later. I should mention that almost all had tried to enroll on their own, and because they found the process so complicated and difficult, they chose to use a certified agent to assist them. Let me mention that there's no charge for doing so. Enrollees do not pay extra for this service. Their premiums for coverage are exactly the same whether they use a certified agent or not. At the successful completion of Covered California's initial enrollment, which ended this last April 15th, due to several extensions from the federal government, Peter Lee, the executive director for Covered California, sent a thank you to all certified agents, recognizing their efforts in being part of a very successful enrollment. Covered California's website, as shown here, is attractive graphically. It's appealing. However, it has had significant problems in its availability, downtime, uploading times, and even its use of intuitive features, as in none. This is not your smartphone. Think cellular with many breaks in service. Can you hear me yet? Maybe, maybe not. Now start over. Again. We can make jokes about this now, and it is getting better. However, many enrollees trying to get their enrollment completed on their own encounter difficulty with the 153 steps needed to successfully enroll. Yes, 153 steps. Here is the enrollment main page on the Covered California website, along with the tab for section of the summary, household, personal data, income eligibility, and enrollment. Within each tab section, there are multiple questions, with certain questions and their meaning not at all clear. Then, after completing the answers to all questions, an enrollee goes through a recheck process for each section before being allowed to move on. During completion of several sections, supporting documentation is typically required, such as proof of citizenship, household, and income, which can be uploaded later. However, even without the documentation uploading, many enrollees labored for several hours to complete the enrollment process before finally giving up. Also, enrollees may have to back up and start again to record any changes they may have to make, as in changes in home address, family, household, and income, which are all required to be reported during the year. Making plan option changes were allowed after their initial selection. However, it was required to withdraw the entire original enrollment before a change in plan selection could be made. This process of withdrawing the entire original enrollment oftentimes became the only way to make other changes in the enrollee's active file. Add to this the time element of having to get this completed or be left out, and you have difficult circumstances for people. I am pleased to report that we successfully enrolled all of our eligible clients, with the last one being completed at 11:15 p.m. on April 15th. It felt like income tax drop-off time at the post office. Fortunately, during this emotionally trying time for these last enrollees, we had absolutely no one going postal. This is due to the conscientiousness of our staff and because the benefit store has certified agents available into the early evening, Monday through Thursday, and on Saturdays with a phone appointment. The relief of those getting their very best plan and in getting in before the buzzer is so apparent and very tangible for us in our role as certified agents. It is a clear benefit on a personal level for us and for any professional in their role as an advisor. This is a people business, and we have to care about the successful outcomes and results for each of our clients. People with health conditions, some that may have chronic issues, and including complex prescription needs that are affecting them or a loved one, need to be able to share their personal health information with a professional that can then assist them with their choice of plan options. Under federal and state regulations, only certified agents with Covered California are able to perform this service of advising people on plan options.